Hey everyone, how are you? Happy Saturday. Today is day 28 of the video challenge, and today I'm just sitting in my car. I'm in the Costco parking lot. I'm actually, I need to collect myself mentally before I go in there. Um, but today, what I want to talk about is parenting and holding space for our little ones. And the last couple of days have been rough. You know, I have to be honest, parenting is by far the hardest thing that I will ever do. It I would like to think that I was prepared to be a parent. I wasn't. And I think I'm not alone in that. I think most of us were winging it, right? No one can prepare us for this journey. And it's freaking hard. And so the last couple days have been difficult for a couple of things. In a couple of my other videos, I've talked to you guys about how my daughter's been kind of struggling at school. And so on Thursday when I picked her up, she had another kind of disagreement with another student. And, her poor feelings were hurt on the playground, and because the kids didn't want to play with her. And, she yelled in a kid's ear. And when I picked her up, she was so remorseful, so sad. And, I have a daughter who's really, really sensitive. And so she cried for probably 2.5 hours over this after school, feeling so bad that she had done this and scared that the kids wouldn't play with her. And, it's hard, right? Because it's a lesson that she really needs to learn, in that, we can't hurt other people when we're hurt. And to be honest, many adults don't even learn this lesson, right? It's in our nature to hurt people when they hurt us. And in, many adults, and I know I've been guilty of this, we look to have the last word, to kind of dig in an argument. We send a passive aggressive text. We ignore somebody, and so these childlike behaviors come out, right? It's kind of like being in a playground. And my daughter's literally in a playground and trying to negotiate these relationships, and it's difficult for her because she's an only child, right? So she doesn't have siblings where she gets to navigate this stuff at home. And so it's hard, right? And I think as a parent, my initial reaction really was, oh my God, right? It was embarrassment, like, oh, I'm getting in trouble by this teacher again. And it's really unfair of me to make it about me, right? It's really unfair. My job is to hold space for Molly, and my job is to be there. And when she was so hurting and upset, I hurt and I was upset and I felt uncomfortable. And it's really important that we sit there with our kids and allow them to feel that, because hopefully that is enough to help them learn that lesson, so that they, are learning to navigate these relationships. Because there's a lot of adults out there that haven't learned these lessons, right? Haven't been able to. Because I think as a parent, our mama bear kind of claws come out, and we want to blame somebody. We want to blame that other kid for not being kind. We want to blame the teacher. We want to blame ourselves, right? And so for me, that blame is always me. Like, where did I go wrong as a parent? Or, I chose for her to be a single child. And that takes away from us being able to hold space for our little ones, just being there and holding them and allowing them to feel, and, sitting there. So now, day 2, on Friday, my little one came home with a stomach flu. And so it's really interesting, because I'm really comfortable holding space for somebody when they're sick, right? Because that's my job. I do that all the time. I know how to navigate any possible variant of that situation. And I can see where my husband's more comfortable holding space with my daughter when she has kind of those social issues, he's much more comfortable in those situations, whereas when she's sick, he's much more uncomfortable, right? Which makes us a good team. But it was eye-opening for me because I've been thinking a lot about how I hold space for people. And so this was a really good way for me to kind of talk about it and to acknowledge where I hold space really well and where I need improvement. And so, my daughter was vomiting last night, and, it's really easy for me to sit there and be with her and cuddle her and rub her back and tell her she's going to be okay, because I'm really confident that she will be, because I've seen this 100 million times. And knowing that in 24 hours or in 48 hours, that she's going to be okay, but also that I have everything in my arsenal. I have all the tools to be able to help her through that. Whereas in her managing school and managing social situations, I don't have all the tools. I don't know how to help her through that, and so I'm learning as well. So that it's a really interesting journey. So I want to hear from all the parents out there and all the educators who I know that are watching, and tell me, what areas do you feel strong in holding space, and where are your weaknesses? When I think about my husband and how much discomfort he has sitting there watching our little one vomit and really feeling a lot of fear, I recognize that in a lot of my parents that I take care of, and their children, and that they are very scared in those situations because they don't have those tools. And so, the biggest thing that I can say to those parents when your kids are sick, don't hesitate to take them to the doctor or their nurse practitioner like me. That's what we're there for. We're there to help you through. A lot of people feel like, I don't want to waste your time because, I'm probably just bringing them in for nothing. Just because I can't prescribe something doesn't mean the visit was for nothing, because the best thing that I can do for you is reassure you, make sure that you know that you're doing the right thing. And the other thing that I have to say to all the parents out there is listen to your gut. If you think there's something wrong with your child, and there's something niggling in there, bring them in, because I can guarantee 9 out of 10 times that little gut instinct that you have about your little one is right. And I've seen it 100 million times maybe not 100 million times, but a lot of times, where I might not be able to see it. The signs haven't been, but your intuition is right. And so follow that. Okay. So anyways, that's what I'm signing out for today. I'll see you tomorrow for day 29. Only 2 more videos left. I'm going to go battle Costco. Take care. Happy Saturday.